Well, I think one of the biggest misconception is the assumption that AI is a silver bullet that will solve all of our problems. AI is a toolbox that has several applications, but it depends on the direction that we humans decide to give it. So AI is not as autonomous as people think, and I think it will be developed according to the directions researchers, developers, companies will give it. So I think the most important question of AI ethics right now is how to make it inclusive, how to avoid that this technological development ends up enlarging even more the gap between developed and underdeveloped countries when it could do just the opposite and bridge this gap. So ensuring inclusion and then including from different stakeholders and also different countries from different regions is key on the debate of AI and ethics as it unfolds. So I think universities have a great role and function when it comes to AI ethics and governance due to its core mission, which is being an open resource community. So as pointed out by Professor Earthgrasser from the Berkman Klein Center, universities have some roles. It is a place for research and experimentation where AI applications could be tested, where systems for establishing fairness and accuracy could be developed as well. And since it is a multidisciplinary environment, it could also convene meetings with researchers and different stakeholders to discuss issues such as AI responsibility and ethics. And finally, there is still an asymmetry of information regarding AI, and universities may help translating it to a larger public. So there are many challenges and potentials for the use of AI in the global south. One of the biggest challenges, I think, relates to the lack of basic infrastructure, both regarding connectivity and data. So AI applications depend on connectivity, and there's still a significant digital divide as, for example, more than half of the rural population in Brazil is still disconnected. A second element refers to data, as data is not necessarily in a format that it can be used to develop and feed AI systems, for example. So, but at the same time that the global south faces these systemic difficulties, AI has also potential to solve them. So taking the health sector as an example, AI is able to enhance human decision processes, support better management capabilities, and deliver better services. And and regarding the Brazilian health system, this will be, we could see that this will have a very important impact. So, a study from the OCDE suggests that AI research and development is highly concentrated, as 93% of the AI patents are from companies located in only 7 countries, being Japan, South Korea, United States, Taiwan, China, Germany, and France. So, the global south is left with the burden of the impact of AI, seen basically as a consumer market and not a developer. So it is crucial that people in those countries are not left behind. So they should be included in the discussions, and the governance of AI should have a diverse base, multi-ethnic, multi-sectoral, and global. So uh, I think that if we do not set limits on the uses of we want of AI, it will end up affecting our capacity of seeing ourselves as true human beings. When we delegate our decision to AI applications and to predictions based on mathematical equations, we lose important aspects of human nature that requires us to improvise and learn from experimentation. The more we rely on AI for making decisions and for guiding our lives, the more we lose agency, the authorship of history of our own lives. And as paradoxical as it may seem, the closer we get to the scenario, the more it reminds us that human nature is limited and that humanity is defined by our own by our own vulnerabilities and dependence of one another, which is okay as it is part of our uniqueness as human beings.